Hello, this is Little and Furry. Today, I'm going to show you how to sew a basic dog outfit using my pattern. This dog is Cooper, and he's wearing a size 3XL. Today, the fabric I'm using is a cotton knit with stretch in one direction and less stretch in the other. The little heart print is so cute, right? For the sample in this video, I'll be making a size M, and there are only 3 pattern pieces, so it's not too difficult to follow. In the current pattern, the cut-on fold making is missing. So I'll update the file and re-upload it with the fold line clearly marked. Let's start by cutting the back body piece. Fold your fabric in half. This pattern already includes seam allowance, so place the pattern on the fabric, trace around it, and cut directly on the traced line. Now we'll cut the front body piece. Again, fold the fabric in half, place the front body pattern on top. Trace it, and cut along the traced line. For the sleeves, fold the fabric with the right sides facing each other and cut. Since there are 2 sleeves, prepare 2 strips of bias tape. For the bias tape, for the neckline, the bottom hem, and the sleeve hem, just cut enough strips to cover these 3 areas. Before we start sewing, let me explain how the sleeve attaches to the body. First, match the side seam of the body with the side seam of the sleeve. On the sleeve pattern, the curved part that sticks up like a little hill matches the shorter armhole of the back body, and the deeper scooped curve matches the longer armhole of the front body. Attach each part to the correct armhole like this. Right now, there's no notch on the sleeve, but I'll add a notch at the top of the sleeve cap to show the shoulder point, so it's easier to line up and tell the front from the back. Now I'll walk you through the sewing steps in order. First, attach the bias binding around the bottom edge of each sleeve. Next, sew the side seam of the sleeves. Since the bias is already attached, the fabric can stretch or slip if you go straight to the overlock. So I recommend sewing with a regular straight stitch first, then finishing with an overlock serger. Sew the shoulder seams of the front and back together, then sew both side seams of the body. 4. Attaching the sleeves. Now we'll attach the sleeves to the body. Place the sleeve and body right sides together and sew along the armhole. In the video, I sew directly with the overlock, but if that feels tricky, you can first stitch it with a regular machine and then finish the seam with an overlock. At this point, the camera suddenly zoomed in, so though the footage might be a bit hard to see. Thanks for your understanding. Finally, we'll attach the bias binding to the neckline and the bottom hem. The bias strips are cut a little shorter than the actual circumference, so you need to gently stretch the binding as you sew. Especially for the bottom hem, gently stretch the binding more along the lower front, then reduce the tension a bit as you go towards the side, and along the upper back. Sew it on without stretching, letting it sit naturally. If you follow these steps one by one, you'll have a nice, clean, basic outfit for your dog.